Assalamu alaikum, dear audience. How are you? I hope you're all fine. Welcome to another episode or last episode in letter D, natural terms, and after that we are going to another letter. Okay, so let's begin. Today we have 5 terms. Okay, we have dramatic irony. What is meant by dramatic irony? Dramatic irony when the audience understands the implication and meaning of a situation on a stage, or what is said, but the characters do not. Common in tragedy and comedy. Dramatic irony, one of the third ironies, we have verbal irony, situation irony, and dramatic irony. Dramatic irony when the audience, we mean that we as a jumhur, when the audience knows something about the play and the character within the play doesn't know it. For example, يعني إحنا نعرف شيء، okay؟ نحن كجمهور نعرف شيء بس الشخصية داخل المسرحية، العمل المسرحي ما يعرفه. For example, when Dr. Faustus signed the contract to Lucifer, okay, to take unlimited power for 24 years, okay, we know that he after 24 years he will go to hell, okay, but he doesn't know because he doesn't believe in hell. He says that hell is fable, okay, or a tale of old males. Okay, so here we have dramatic irony. We know something, but the character within the play doesn't know it. Now we have dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue, a poem in which there is one imaginary speaker addressing an imaginary audience. In most dramatic monologues, some attempt is made to imitate natural speech. In a successful example of the genre, the persona will not be confused with the poet. Dramatic monologue is a poem, is a genre, okay? When the speaker stands alone and he reveals his thoughts, okay? In a scene, for example, where we have an example from William Wordsworth when he stands on the bridge and he talk about the beauty of London, okay? It's a dramatic monologue. So dramatic monologue is a alone, imaginary audience. There is no anyone, just the speaker. And he says that the imitate what natural speech the speaker try to imitate the natural speech as if he is in interaction with someone, but there is no anyone. The successful example, the genre, the persona, what the meaning of persona? So here, the persona meaning the deep thing or the ideas and thoughts of the someone. And the persona, we have the persona of the poet and the persona of the character or the speaker. Here, say that persona will not confuse with the poet. Here, the poet have a persona, and the speaker within the poem, have a persona. So here, the persona will not confuse with the poet because the author or the poet have a persona, have things, have ideas, have thoughts inside him. And the speaker also have this. Okay, so here we talk the persona of the speaker, not the persona of the poet. Maybe the poet can reflect his persona within the poem, okay, through the speaker, okay. But here we have a persona of the speaker and a persona of the poet or the author. Keep that in mind; it's very important. Yeah, its origins are obscure. We do not know its origin, but it's believed that Idylls of Theocritus, the Idylls is a collection of 30 poems by Theocritus, talk about pastoral poetry. Okay, so written in 3rd BC and acknowledged by Tennyson, Alfred Lord Tennyson. It's an 18th century poet, and he is known for his poem Ulysses. Do not confuse Ulysses. We have Ulysses as a poem and Ulysses as a novel by James Joyce, and Ulysses a poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Okay? As a primary source are dramatic in form and include long speeches. These tend to be self-revelatory and are conversational in idiom. يعني revelatory، تمام، اللي هي مثل ما نقول يعكس داخل الشخص، تمام. والconversational idiom اللي هي مثل ما نقول realistic. Okay, and as if is the speaker or the poet uses realistic human interaction. Okay, dramatization. Okay, the act of making a play out of a story in another genre, meaning that we have a play, we have a novel or a short story or a poem. We're going to use these, okay, and make a play of them. From a chronicle, novel, story, short story, and so forth. In a medieval drama, the Bible was dramatized into the mystery plays. In medieval age, في العصور الوسطى كانوا يستخدم الكتاب كانوا يستخدمون البايبل هو الكتاب ديني، تمام، الإنجيل. كانوا يستخدمون البايبل حتى حتى يمثلون مسرحيات غامضة مثل ما نقول، أو مسرحيات دينية. فشنو المصدر صارت عندنا البايبل واستخدموها بالمسرحية. اوكي، يعني انت تجيب عمل صنف من غير صنف تسوي مسرحية. In the Tudor period هي الفترة من medieval age to 16th century, from 14th century to 16th century, including the Elizabethan, the Golden Age, etc. Okay, dramatists lifted plots, stories, and ideas from historians like Bloodchart and Holinshed. The dramatists take their ideas from histories, from people write history from these characters, Bloodchart and Holinshed. Okay, a novelist like Lodge and Nash. So dramatists, what they do? Dramatists take the work of these characters and make them as a play. Okay, but it was until the 18th century that dramatization really began to flourish. In the 18th century, it's flourished. The novels provide the material. نعرف احنا بالقرن الثامن عشر ظهرت النوفل انتشرت بشكل كلش فظيع. اوكي، فهنا صارت الماتيريال for the play is novel. For example, Richardson, Pamic in novel of Samuel Richardson, dramatized by James Dance, was extremely popular. يعني هو أخذ العمل مال ريتشاردسون اللي هو باميك وحوله على مسرحية. هي هاي novel. Okay. Now we have fourth term, which is dream vision. The dream vision is a literary genre, usually in verse, and significantly related to allegory. Dream vision هي صنف أدبي، تمام، تقريبا هي poem. okay. تشير أو يعني مثل نقول حالة allegory اللي هي رمزية. The protagonist experienced an adventurous vision during his sleep. البطل يواجه شنو؟ يواجه مغامرة أو حلم يعني مغامرة، تمام، often involving a spiritual guide and various relations concerning life or cosmos. أنا دائما أو أغلب الأحيان إنه هاي الفيجنز الرؤيات، أوكي، هي تكون spiritual، يعني مثل ما نقول روحية، تمام. The genre was especially popular in the Middle Ages. Some well-known of dream visions are by Chaucer, the Book of Duchess, the Parliament of Owls, the House of Fame, and the prologue of the Legend of Good Women. Okay, these are examples of from Chaucer. Now we have the last term, which is dream, a term given in France to the kind of play which was neither tragedy nor comedy, but a serious play somewhere between the two. It's neither comedy or tragedy between them. Okay? So this is the end of our lecture. Inshallah, we'll meet you in the next letter. See you.